Alright, guys, today we're gonna be reacting to Andrew calls out Brian on his 304 behavior. Ooh, this is gonna be nice, man. Jump in.
Girls though come and they're like, well, I want to get to know you better. I'm like, you just lost a relationship. I'm no longer interested.
I tell them we can get to know each other as we getting to know each other as we
So
because I have no plans to you and then leave you and go.
But Brian, doesn't that create a catch-22 for you?
what do you mean?
Uh-oh.
Well, because you're like, well, wait a second. If you've had a one-night stand, that somewhat disqualifies you because you're not willing to have the one-night stand with me, right?
Well, I don't want a one night stand though.
No, I understand you don't want it, but what triggers you about it, or what gets you tilted about it, or whatever kind of language you want, is that they'd be willing to do that with somebody, but not you. Like that's what the flag itself is, right?
Yeah.
I suppose that's a component of it. Yeah. I guess what's the catch-22 though?
Well, because then this means that even if this woman was trying to achieve virtue, or changed her mind, or had made a mistake, or had regrets about doing this thing, that by telling you that she wanted to pursue virtue, wouldn't you be potentially removing virtuous women from your pool by kind of rejecting them outright, because this is not behavior they would do with you, but that is behavior that you would prefer a woman did do with men?
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah,
Good
that's
point,
true. And
Andrew.
that's the problem with the red pill. That's the problem with the red pill, that we are contributing. A lot of guys that are, they're contributing to this, right? They brag about effing virgins and stuff like that. And I don't think that's fine. If you learn the skills and you get a virgin's a nice lady, you should not be doing this, man. You should not be doing this. For these females right here, they're kind of 3 or 4-ish, they're kind of broken. Yeah, you have to play the game because they're broken. They're broken. They cannot they don't have healthy relationships. For a virgin that she trusts you, you should not be doing stuff like this.
It's a fair point. Although, I mean, you've actually used this argument before, Andrew, is the great hoe reformation. And so, is it actually virtue? Are they actually virtuous? Have they actually?
Yeah, I think that gets to the heart of the contention. So I'd like to, from the argument from your side. So every side has an argument, right? So the argument from your side, I think that this is a compelling one against you, but I think the compelling argument for you is that, well, if a woman is only doing this for the purposes of impressing men, then she's faking virtue. That would be faking virtue, right? So that would be the big contention, I think, from your end of the argument. And I don't have an argument against that, by the way. I think that it kind of railroads right there, and I don't know where to go with it.
Because you can never really tell.
Yeah, how would you know?
Yeah, good point.
Exactly.
Right? So
yeah.
how would you ever know the difference of if they're doing it because they're faking virtue, or they're doing it because they genuinely wanted to be virtuous? How could you actually tell the difference? And so I don't actually have an answer to this. I call it the Brian conundrum, right? Or the Brian paradox, or whatever you want to say, right? I don't have an answer for this.
Okay, so let me add a
Opening the
caveat.
tab.
Let me add a caveat, Brian. Let's take your example. Let's say she does have a history of being promiscuous, but she's been celibate for, say, the past 2 years, and then you come
That's
across.
not enough, man. That's not enough. That's not enough time. 2 years, that's not enough time.
Her, and she said, well, I've been celibate the past 2 years. Yeah, I've had one night stands in the past, but for the past 2 years I've been celibate, and I would like to keep it that way, and I would like us to get to know each other. Would that pivot your perspective?
I think that's there's obviously nuance to these sorts of conversations. So I think yes, it would, so long as was genuine. I'm assuming
yeah.
it is. Yeah, I think it would depend how long she wanted to wait. Then though,
Okay.
you want to wait 3 months, still not interested.
Oh, like until marriage,
You want to wait,
right?
You want to wait? Oh no, well that's not.
I think that 3
Yeah,
days,
three-
3 days is a rule. It's a good rule. 3 days. If you're not virgin, that is. If you're not virgin, 3 days. It should be a good rule. First date, you read the eye, you shoot your shot, tell her right away what intention. You probably kiss her. Second time, you kiss a little bit more, intimately, and by third time, let's get down, boy. Like, let's just get down. Like, let's just get it on. right? But this is if she's not a virgin though. By the fourth, or fifth, or you're already way, way, way past the line. Now you're in the friend zone. She has all the boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I would say by the third date, it has to happen. But it's the only way. If again, I have to say she's not a virgin. She's not a virgin. I will still use the more religious side of it. And now, as a man, I would say, hey, you're a virgin. Let me just hold on to it. Like, just get married, get it done, boom. That would be and married through the church, not through the state, by the way, which I recommend.
3 dates. I'll give 3 dates. Okay, all right. 3. You
But
want
I
to wait
think
3
you have
dates?
said in the past
Let me know what
that
you guys
if a
think.
woman was pursuing her religious values and seemed to be adamant towards those, that you would take that into consideration versus a secularist, right?
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense to me, right? Maybe that's a sign then that you're not faking virtue.
Yeah. I think kind of the issue here is in these sorts of situations is one, the recency with which they were engaged in a casual hookup. So I just would not, it would be very difficult for me to take it seriously. For example, if a woman like 2 weeks prior had a one night stand.
Mm-hmm.
And then
she's
found
like,
Jesus.
well, or not even, well, a lot of these,
Conveniently.
even secular atheist women who are not religious at all will do this whole, they're not even it's not even in pursuit of any sort of religious, for any religious reasons. They'll just, I want to like wait to have sex. I don't want to do that, blah, blah, blah. Hey, that's fine, whatever. So I don't think it's solely religious women who will do this. It's also secular atheist women. I guess, so my contention is, one, the recency, so if they did it 2 weeks ago, but now, you want to wait 3 months, but the 2 weeks ago you fucked a guy within 30 minutes of meeting him, I'm like, okay, lady. And then the other thing some women will do, and then Austin, you'll pull up that first one here in a sec, is they'll be making a guy wait and also fucking a dude while making
The guy
who
wait.
they have their eye on for a long-term relationship.
So the guy that they're waiting for long-term relationship, they're not giving the coochie right away. But the alpha guy or the Chad or Tyrone, they're just giving it right away.
They'll make him wait. Anybody here done that shit? Anybody?
No.
Come on, be honest. You guys all done that shit.
One at a time.
Okay, just to be clear. So no girl here has been hooking up with the guy casually, and then you also, while hooking up with that guy casually, went on a date with a guy who you potentially saw as a long-term partner. Really? None of y'all been hooking up with a guy, and it was casual, it was kind of whatever, not monogamous, not non-exclusive. None of you here, while him, went on a date with the guy. Really?
I would do the opposite.
You did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. See, there you go. You did it.
Remember this girl, fuck guys? Oh man, this girl is annoying as hell, bro. Oh man, she opened her mouth. I recognize her right away. They done it before. They called that the orbits. So females have a lot of orbits, right? And the orbits are the ones that are a potential long-term relationship. That's what it is. But the Chad and Tyrone is the one that get it quick. Well, they always have these orbits.
I would do the opposite. I would do the opposite. I would actually.
What's the opposite?
So I would have the relationships
guy.
with someone with whom I actually saw the long term.
You'd have sex with
potential, but I would not have sex with someone whom I'm casually seeing at all.
Then wait, why would you even bother casually seeing them?
Wait,
Because they're
you
interesting
in an open
people.
relationship?
It's not really open relationship.
Ah, there you go. She got caught up right there. Man, I knew as soon as she opened her mouth, I knew she was that girl, man. Let me know what you guys think. I will see you in the next one.